Hi everybody, my name is Amber. I'm one of the coaches here at Anytime Fitness. Today we are talking about goal setting, and so it should be a quick video on different ways to ask yourself and make sure that the goals that you're setting are appropriate for the changes you want to see. If you work for an organization like Caterpillar and some of the other organizations in town, they typically use the SMART goal setting model, and if you've ever heard of that, it's really easy. It's an acronym that stands for different things that you can kind of go through to make sure that a goal is appropriate. So I'll walk through that first because that's a really, like I said, easy way to make sure that your goal setting is appropriate. So S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A, attainable, R, realistic, and T is time bound. So specific, if you go in and you say, okay, I want to eat healthier, it's not really specific enough. And you want to be able to, when you're making a goal, go at the end of the week and say, what completion did I have this on a percentage scale? So did I complete this at 90%, 80%? If you were to give yourself a grade, you would be able to do that easily. If you're just saying I want to eat healthier at the end of the week, there's really no easy way to be able to say that I did or didn't meet my goal. So if you want to say you want to eat healthier, great. Let's say, well, what's kind of underlying there? I know that I have a really hard time when I go to work eating healthy and making healthy choices because I haven't packed any lunches, and the only restaurants that are around me are ones that I'm going to make bad choices at. So a specific goal to make in regards to that would be, okay, I'm going to pack my lunch and take my lunch 4 days out of the week so that I can ensure that it is a healthy meal and is planned ahead of time. So that's a way to be specific, and at the end of the week you can say, I did it 3 days out of the week instead of 4, so I would give myself a B. Then attainable, a really easy way to make sure it's attainable or not is if you were to say, I'm going to pack my lunch 4 days out of 5 days this week. I'm about 80% sure I'll be able to do that. Okay, that's pretty realistic. If you are at 100%, it's actually not probably pushing you out of your comfort zone as much as you could. So when you're making up a goal, if you could try to make it so you feel a little bit uncomfortable, usually if you're between like that 70 and 80% confidence level, that's usually right around where you want to be. You want to be mostly confident, but a little bit of room for error. So then that way you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit. But if you're at 10%, like I don't think that that's really going to happen, and I'm going to throw it out there, then you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. So that's a really good way to know that it's attainable. Then we have measurable. We've kind of gone over that already. With knowing if you can give yourself a grade or not, realistic. And then time bound, you want to make sure that like for a short-term goal, like the 4 out of 5 days of the week, reassess at the end of the week. How did I do? What are some ways that I can maybe improve that goal that I had set for myself? Maybe that was not as realistic in terms of maybe I can only do it 3 days out of the 5 a week instead of the full 4. Make some small adjustments so then that way you can be a little bit more likely to meet your goals. But also, let's say I want to lose 50 pounds. Let's just not say I want to lose 50 pounds and that's it. Try to set yourself a goal of, in let's say 12 months, I want to hit my 50 pound mark. Now, speaking of weight for goal setting, only using weight loss goals for your long-term goals. Long-term goals, you're looking far ahead in the future, at least 6 months. More than likely, it's between 6 and 12 months, okay? Short-term goals, I usually recommend, let's say it's 6 months out in the future. Let's make another short-term goal at 3 months and then back it all the way up to a week, okay? Every week you're making new goals, and they can be the same that you've had for the last 4 weeks. If you know that that is something that you need to make a habit, great. Short-term goals every week, 1 to 2. Usually 2 is a great option because you can do 1 in one category like exercise and 1 in one category like nutrition. Okay, kind of spread yourself across the board so that you can make sure you're making healthy changes in different areas of your life. And And then those long-term goals, only making sure that those are the weight loss goals, but supporting them with other things that you have control over. Because we all know that we don't always have control over the scale, right? So let's also support the weight loss goal with other things other than the number on the scale, so that we can make sure that at the end of the day, maybe we didn't hit our weight loss goal, but we're down several inches, and we also were able to up our exercise minutes from, let's say, 1 day a week for 60 minutes, and you were able to incorporate 6 days out of the week you're working out, and you're also taking your lunch and doing meal prepping. So making sure that we're recognizing those small changes that we're making, and not just throwing them out the window if we didn't hit our weight loss goal as well. So I hope that was all super helpful. By the end of this week, by Sunday, please send to your coaches 2 short-term goals, okay, that you have for the next week, and 1 long-term goal. That long-term goal being at least 6 months out, making sure that your short-term goals that you're making are supporting the long-term goal that you create. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video, and have a wonderful week.